Level 1. The applicant. You're sitting in a federal building somewhere in the Midwest, hands shaking slightly, as you sign documents that will erase your entire existence. Everything you've ever been, everyone you've ever known gone. The U.S. Marshals stare at you across the table, their faces revealing nothing. They've done this hundreds of times. For you, it's the only time that matters. You didn't choose this. Nobody chooses witness protection. You choose testifying. Witness protection is what happens after, when the people you testified against decide you're a problem that needs solving. The prosecutor explained it carefully. Your testimony will put away a crime boss who's ordered 17 murders. That testimony also makes you the most wanted person in 3 states. The choice isn't really a choice. Testify and disappear, or decline and probably die anyway. The marshals explain the rules. You can't contact anyone from your old life, not your mother, not your best friend, not the person you were supposed to marry next summer. You can't visit your hometown. You can't use social media. You can't keep photos or letters or anything that connects to who you were. One marshal, a woman named Chen with 20 years in the program, watches you process this. She's seen the reaction before. The moment it hits that you're not leaving your old life temporarily, you're leaving it forever. They ask about skills. What can you do? What jobs have you worked? They're building a new identity, and it needs to be believable. You were a dental technician in Philadelphia. They nod. Dental technicians exist everywhere. That's good. If you'd been a Broadway actor or a professional surfer, this conversation would be harder. Ordinary is valuable now. Ordinary keeps you alive. The paperwork takes hours. New name, new birthday, new social security number, new employment history. They're not just changing your identity. They're creating a person who never existed, but needs to have existed for the past 30 years. High school transcripts, employment records, rental history. The bureaucracy of a human life fabricated in an afternoon. You ask about your dog. Chen's expression shifts slightly. Pets complicate things. Animals are recognizable. People remember a specific breed, a distinctive marking. Plus, your dog is registered with the city, has vet records, exists in databases. Bringing the dog means leaving traces. You start crying. It's the dog that breaks you, not the family or the career or the apartment you loved. Chen slides a box of tissues across the table and doesn't say anything. There's nothing to say. Level 2. The relocation. They move you in the middle of the night. 2 marshals pick you up from a safe house where you've spent the last week in isolation. The car's ordinary, a sedan that could belong to anyone. You're wearing clothes you've never seen before, carrying a single bag with items purchased yesterday. Nothing from your old life made the cut. The drive takes 6 hours. You don't know where you're going. That's intentional. The less you know, the less you can accidentally reveal. You try to track direction by the sun, but exhaustion wins. When you wake up, you're in a different state. Different climate, different everything. The apartment is furnished but impersonal. IKEA basics in a complex that looks like 10,000 other complexes across America. The marshals walk you through everything. Here's your lease under your new name. Here's your employment offer letter from a dental practice that knows you're in the program. Here's your new driver's license, your new birth certificate, your new entire life in a folder. They drill you on your backstory. Where did you grow up? What high school did you attend? Where did you work before this? The answers need to be automatic. If someone asks casually at a barbecue, you can't hesitate. Hesitation is suspicious. Hesitation gets you killed. Inspector Chen stays an extra day. She takes you to the grocery store, the bank, the DMV. Ordinary errands that feel surreal. You're using a name that isn't yours to buy milk and open a checking account. At the DMV, when they call your new name, you don't respond at first. Chen nudges you. You have to become this person completely. The old you can't exist anymore, not even in your own head. Before she leaves, Chen gives you her card. It has a number you can call if you're in danger or if you've been recognized. She tells you something that sounds rehearsed, but isn't. Most people in witness protection are never found. The ones who get caught make mistakes. They contact someone from before. They post something online. They go back to visit. They convince themselves just once won't matter. Just once always matters. Your first night alone in the apartment, you sit on the couch and realize you can't call anyone, can't text anyone, can't post that you're okay. Everyone you know thinks you've vanished. Some probably think you're dead. Your mom has filed a missing persons report by now. Your friends are searching, and you can't tell them you're fine. You're not allowed to be fine. You're not allowed to exist. You learn your new name by writing it hundreds of times. Michael Reeves becomes David Torres. You practice the signature until it's natural. You create memories that never happened. You went to Central High School in Phoenix. You worked at a practice in Tucson before moving here. Your parents died in a car accident 10 years ago, which is why nobody can meet them. The lies become truth through repetition. This is who you are now. This is who you'll be until the trial ends and the threats disappear, which might mean years, which might mean forever. Level 3. The integrated witness. 6 months pass, then a year. The person you were fades like an old photograph left in sunlight. David Torres becomes real through accumulated mundane moments. You know the barista at the coffee shop near work. You have a dentist appointment next Thursday. Your neighbor asks if you want to split a Costco membership. These tiny threads weave into something that resembles a life. Work is strange at first. The dental practice knows you're protected, but not why. They know questions aren't welcome. The other technicians are friendly but careful, sensing a boundary they can't identify. You're competent at your job, which helps. Insurance claims don't care about your past. Root canals don't require backstory. You make a friend, a teacher named Marcus who you meet at a bookstore. He's easygoing, loyal, the kind of guy who invites you to everything without pressure. Every conversation is a minefield. He asks about your childhood. You recite the script. He wants to meet your family. You explain about the accident, the grief you've processed but never quite moved past. He believes you because why wouldn't he? People don't assume the person across from them is living under a false identity. The friendship deepens over 4 months. But you can't sustain closeness built on fiction. Every good moment carries guilt. Every time he calls you by your name, you flinch internally. He deserves a real friend. You're not that anymore. The marshals check in quarterly. Different inspector each time, rotating to avoid patterns. They ask if you've been contacted, if you've noticed surveillance, if you've broken protocol. You haven't. You follow every rule because the alternative is dying in a parking lot somewhere.